Hello and welcome to the Password Policy and Security Audit Tool tutorial. So this video is going to show you how you can create a password policy in Clik and how you can make Clik a little bit more secure. So the first thing you need to make sure you've got the correct permissions to be able to get into those settings. So if we go to Settings and Staff, select the user, in this case we're going to go for Ringo Starr, go to Login Privileges, and you'll see one called Can Change System Settings. So that needs to be allowed, so either ticked or you've got Allow Inherited next to it. Once you're happy with that, close it and reboot Clik, and then we're going to log in by going into Settings, and you'll see the option User Access and Privileges, and within here is the Password Policy tab. So when we click on that, we've got a few options already, and one of them is allow users to change their own password. That can be really useful, and it just means that your users can change their passwords whenever they want. To do that, they just go into File and then My Account, and they'll be able to do it from there. We've also got the minimum strength for user specified passwords as well. We've set it to strong, and that means when they create new passwords, it will always have to be a strong password. And below here, we've got the Run Security Audit tool, and that's what we're going to do now. So when we run this tool, you'll notice that the admin account is very weak, so that is definitely one that we need to change. So we can either change the password directly here, or we can disable that user so they can't get in, or we can force a password change at next login. So with this one, I'm going to go force password change and next login, but I'm going to go one step further and say not just the selected user admin, but also for Brewery Group and Henry Ford, we'll need to put in a new password that is going to be strong because that's currently set to either medium or very weak. So if we do that, all users of weak, medium passwords, we just need to confirm that that's going to happen. And now we're going to log out of Clik and log back in as admin, and you're going to see how that works. So we're back here now, and we're going to log in as the admin user. So you can see, very easy password. And now it's prompted us that we must create a new one and make it very strong. So that's what we're going to do now. As you can see, password strength is strong, minimum strength is strong, so we're all good to go. So press OK, and now we're going to log in with that new password. So now we're going to go back into the security tool. So you can see a few more of the tabs that are in there. So if we go into Settings again, Settings, User Access and Privileges, Password Policy, and we're going to Run Security Audit tool. And now you can see that's great. The admin is now changed to strong. The next time that Henry Ford logs in, he will have to change his, and the next time Brewery Group log in, they'll have to change theirs as well. So the other tabs we've got are sensitive privileges. So sensitive privileges, what we deemed that we think are very sensitive, and it's just a case that you could check to see who has access to these sensitive privileges, so you can make the changes necessary if needed. The next tab following that is inactive staff logins. It could be that there's a few users that haven't logged in for a very long time, and it might be that you want to disable them, and you can do. You can select them and disable those users, and that might free up another license for someone else to log in. The next one is non-private staff contact items. So basically, you might want to hide some of these. For example, this Henry Ford, he's a staff member, don't really want his personal telephone number being displayed, so we need to make it private. So what you need to do is select them, the things that you wish to make private, and just click on Make Selected Items Private. And that will tell you what it's going to make private, and then you simply just click OK. If you want to, you can view that log again by clicking View Log to see what it's done, and after that just click Close. Now the last tab is Database, and this is just to make sure that your database is nice and secure and has an encrypted password, but also see it making sure that backups have been done as well, so you have a good indication of what's been going on with your database. So if we run that test, you can see a few things. You can see the connection password is encrypted. That's great, that's a thumbs up. It's a good SQL version, and the last SQL backup was today, and the last SQL backup location was at this location, which is brilliant. So at the moment, we're all good to go. Now, if your password isn't encrypted, what you can do is encrypt it, and I'm going to show you how you do that. So if we come out of here, and if we go into Settings and Database Connections, you'll notice in InvidioDB, you will have a user, which will be like this, and a password. and you'll notice that we have password is encrypted, so it is encrypt. Now you can decrypt it if you have the authority to come into this database connection. So it's really important not everyone has access to this particular place. Okay, that's it. That's it for the password policy and security audit tool. Thanks very much for listening.